Meet Arthur Miller. He is known for transforming American theater after World War I with his highly influential works. He grew up during the Great Depression when his family had to give up all of their money due to the stock market crash, and they had to give up their very comfortable lifestyle, which they had due to his father's clothing company. This life-altering event greatly influenced his later works. While attending the University of Michigan in 1934, after applying for the second time, he began to write. His first play, No Villain, received the Hopwood Award, which earned him much-needed scholarship money. However, he was not always so lucky. The Man with All the Luck did terribly. It only showed 4 times before being shut down. Not the best career start. However, Miller quickly turned that around and he made it big with The Death of a Salesman and All My Sons. He received many awards, including the Pulitzer Prize, 7 Tony Awards, 2 Drama Critics Circle Awards, an Obie and Oliver, the John F. Kennedy Lifetime Achievement Award, and the Dorothy and Lillian Gish Prize. In the 1990s, he wrote 3 plays: The Last Yankee, Broken Glass, and his 1991 play, The Ride Down Mount Morgan. It was one of his last successful plays, and it was performed in London for the first time. This play reveals the struggle between honesty with others and honesty with oneself. Miller was quite the writer. He was the first to write plays about responsibilities to society and to oneself. In each of his plays, he made sure to teach lessons and brought up the past. He is known for his subjective realism and redefined what a tragedy means to the audience.
This is John Cage, and in 1991, he was an influential composer. While at UCLA, Cage faced a lot of doubt for his ideas. Much of this came from a musician he worked with, Alfred Schoenberg. Despite all this doubt, Cage still persisted. His ambition was to create a new kind of music that was different from the classical music of his time. He got his ideas from Zen Buddhism, Marcel Duchamp, who inspired him to think about what music could be, Thurl Joyce, who inspired him to take literary texts and turn them into music, and everyday objects. He believed that the main purpose of music was not to make it, but to listen to it. Found art is the idea of taking everyday objects and turning them into art, because he believed that music and art could be found everywhere. Cage also believed in non-hierarchical music, meaning that all sounds are equal regardless of their source. 4 minutes and 33 seconds is one of the most important works by Cage. 5 Hannah Silence is one of Cage's most influential works from 1991. In this piece, as well as 433, Cage uses a style called chance music, in which the composer has little control and a piece cannot be performed the same way twice. Now, let's look at the full story behind this composition. In Hanau, Germany in 1991, the government had decided to tear down a squat, which is a culture center. Cage created this piece in order to express his opposition to Parliament's decision. Cage divided the land into 5 sections and combined the sounds from each. In doing this, he questioned the way people heard music as well as Parliament's decision. Learn from John Cage. Don't be afraid to be different, because you just might succeed.
The year of 1991 and Frank Gehry. He is an incredible architect who is able to inspire others through his work. While he graduated from the University of Southern California in 1954, he completed his first work only 3 short years afterward. It wasn't much, but he got his first job renovating a house in Santa Monica. He started working at the Los Angeles firm of Victor Gruen Associates before serving a year in the U.S. Army. When he returned, he briefly joined another firm before returning to the firm of Victor Gruen. He then later opened his own firm, Gehry Partners, in 2001. Because he was inspired by many artists and architects such as the 2 listed, he was able to create one of his most interesting pieces done in 1991 called the Chiat/Day building. All of his works have been well known to be thought-provoking and undeniably innovative. His trademark design features have been the flow of material, seamless continuity, and the merging of old and new structures. He has inspired many others and will continue to inspire many more throughout his lifetime and afterward.
Christo and John. On June 13, 1935, Christo and John Claude were born. 23 years later, they met in Paris to begin creating for the world. Packages and round objects started their career in 19 created their still growing name. Starting out small, they worked their way to bigger creations like Surrounded Islands in 1983. Released on October 9, 1991, Umbrellas created a better understanding of the similarities between two places across the world from each other. Japan and California were connected for 7 years during the construction and an additional 18 days for viewers to enjoy. Umbrellas was taken down after a mere 18 days due to safety reasons and weather condition. Jean-Claude passed away on November 18, 2009 at the age of 74. Big Air Package was released in 2013, which was the largest ever inflated envelope without a skeleton. Christo has continued with creating art pieces, and the Christo and Jean-Claude Foundation is still making young artists' dreams come true.